putting it all together. So the ingredients of a good marketing model. So the spend, know how much you're going to spend, your conversion rates by each individual channel, your average close rate, because while sales actually has that piece of the funnel, we do influence it, and we have to work that equation backwards from that close rate. The conversion timing, so the lag that I talked about, and then your ASP. You can get real fancy and do ASP by channel. So I know when I sell to corporate, it's a lot lower, enterprise, it's a lot higher. You can do it that way, or you can just do an average ASP across your business. So you take all those pieces. Here's my shameless plug for Host. This is in Host. So this is what I get from finance. They're like, okay, here's the number. These aren't my numbers. 40 million by the end of the year. We have to drive 40 million in new revenue by the end of the year. And this is how we, finance, think it's going to break out between each of the different territories, each of the different bands. And we're going to do 3 or 4 different scenarios based on how many people we have in sales, right? So this is where the sales piece becomes super important. So finance walks over to me, they send this to me and say, okay, here's the model, here's all the different scenarios, here's where we need to land. Go build a marketing model that fits this and tell us how much you're going to spend, okay? So you've got the revenue model from sales on one side and finance. You've got the marketing model on the other side of all the programs that you want to go do that are going to help you get that number. You mash this all together with finance. Hopefully you get a model on the other end, a driver-based model, that you can change the different levers and get different outcomes. So if sales decides to add 10 more reps in one of those bands and nobody tells me, and I go, well, I didn't make my pipeline number, but I didn't feed these salespeople, it's not a huge surprise, right? So it kind of gets everybody on the same page to be able to have those conversations, because it's not just the marketing levers, there's all other kinds of levers outside the business that has to be connected. Does that make sense? Questions? No? Okay. So this is what we created. So we call it the math of the business. And it has a bunch of drivers on the top. So all those drivers I talked about around conversion rates, around lag. And it basically spits out a number to hit that 40 million. So for $40 million of new ARR, I have to spend X amount of dollars. And then we sit down with finance and we sit down with sales and we say, okay, well, what if we change this? Could I eke out another 2% on digital ad spend? Could we add 3 more sales reps? Could I go spend more money on events? Could I hire somebody on the SDR team that could go create 10 more opties a quarter? And once you do this, and this is a very fact-based driven, non-emotional conversation, everyone's on the same page, finance, sales, and marketing, you get to a number that is usually pretty easy to sell to the board. So this is what we do. We look at it every single quarter. We change it. You know, we change our ASP every quarter to make sure it's more accurate. But then this allows me to walk in to every single board meeting and say, hey, we said we were going to do this, but this conversion rate on whatever it is isn't where it should be. I need more money to go impact that conversion rate. Again, super easy conversation to have.